You come down and down and down. There you go. Posting your middle, going towards your hands. And then back down to the walk. That was well done. And back to the trot. Good. Yeah, there we go. And back to the walk. And trot. Using our transitions to teach him balance. Does he know a shoulder four?
We've not done much lateral work, but we've started
Just bring your shoulders, twist your shoulders toward the middle, and I bet he will give you one. Yeah, post your hips toward the wall and twist your shoulders toward the middle. There you go. That's a little tiny bend. Very good. And just relax and go straight. There you go. Doing a bit of a shoulder four will help him stretch. Very nice. There we go. I like that frame a lot better. Now again, just post with your hips going toward the wall and your shoulders coming, twisting toward his hip. Toward his hip. Your left shoulder toward his hip with every step. There you go. Nice. Again, posting your hips towards your hands. And bring them down to the walk when you're ready. That was very good riding, excellent riding there. He was resisting you, and he was good. Because he's out of balance.
Yeah.
He can't do his transition. And you were very kind to wait for him. You could do little tiny half halts, half halts, half halts, half halts. And I like that bridle, how the throat latch is in the proper place. Okay, let's see him. Does he do leg yields?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why don't you bring him off the rail and then leg yield him onto the rail? Yeah, just turn a little early. And turn a little bit early, like on the quarter line here. There you go. And then just gently and in rhythm, leg yield him towards the wall. Okay, he's got to do a bit. Okay, and then back to walk. And then turn early. Again, turn about where the sunshine is. Good. And then just let your hips swing that way and hang on with this leg with every step. There you go. You feel that?
Yeah.
Half all over, half all over, half all over. You just, and then a few half halts when he thinks he should trot. And again, because I think this will help him using the exercising his left side leg to come under his belly more. Now, you kind of hang on with your left knee and just swing your hips toward that wall. There you go. Very good. He didn't quite get over that much. Well done. And it's okay to stop and move over, and stop and move over. And why don't we just halt here? Ooh. Off the rail. Good. And now move his tail toward the rail just a little bit. So, yeah, you've got to put him in a bend. Okay. On the other long side, we'll turn early so you're off the rail. And now just moving him, put him in a position left, so he'll put his left shoulder. halt, and then a settle. And when you're ready, move his haunches to the right. Halt. He says no. Move your tail towards that wall and halt again. And now we're so close to the wall, we didn't want him to do that. So take him off the wall. You can do it again. And halt. Think about your tail moving, your tail over. Your hands are locked. There. And he doesn't understand that when you move this, he should be bent. So I would do a lot of that. Let's do another one. And just wait for him. Bend him. He picked it up. That's good. Yeah, and just let him rest for a while and let that gel.
Yeah.
Because that should be automatic so that you can do it at a spot in the camera and everything.
Okay.
And it's not muscle memory for him. Let's have him move his rear end this way. So think about your rear end moving this way first. And here, slight bend.
Good job. You got it.
There.
And it's when I twisted my hips.
Yeah. And just, we're gonna rest a little bit, and then we're just gonna move it back that way. Because I want him to understand this, that when, that it doesn't mean forward. It means, good. Even that little bitty feel,
Yeah.
that is enough. Because when you do your shifts, he should do that same shift so he becomes one with you. And I set my shoulders. My shoulders are here. Your front end is here.
Good.
Got it.
Good job.
And eventually, you want to be able to do this, and then this, and then this, and this. And that's the beginning of it. So just little things like that will really help him, because he tends to leave his punches out behind him. And so, by him understanding what his punches are connected to yours, that'll be better. So you're gonna check your seat. So I'm gonna resist. Very cool. Just slightly more tip than there. That way you do even more steady.
Okay.
As long as you can go both forward and back.
What I've noticed is if I get too far back, like when I was learning him and developing my strength too,
Yeah.
especially for the whole like leveraging my torso,
Oh, yeah.
he doesn't like way back here.
Oh, no, no.
Yeah.
What I meant is not like this.
Right.
But
not
like,
to the back,
but like this.
yeah.
Having your belly button up just a little bit more so that your seat bones are more grounded.
Okay.
May I see him in all three days?
Yeah, we have
Okay,
not,
just go
I
ahead
have
and
not
school
done a
him.
lot of canter with him, but he has a very
Well, go
smooth
into the
canter.
canter and come back to the trot. Just several transitions. I just want to see what he looks like.
Yeah.
The canter is therapeutic. If the stepping into the canter is therapeutic, but anything more than that isn't. She does an excellent job.
She's doing really well with him.
Very, Very nice. Very nice. Good. And then bend them to the inside and gently come back to the trot. And you can just sort of start posting. Your hands still. Yeah. Good. And he's rushing, so emphasize the downbeat of your pulse. There you go. And when you're ready, a canter transition up and then down into the trot. Nice and right and trot, because he's not balanced. And bend them to the inside, and then you can half out with the outside rein or just start posting.
That was like a more distracting.
Oh, I let her do
And a
it.
transition down to the walk. Yeah, he needs thousands of canter transitions, not very much canter. Oops. And you can just let him walk out of his rein and relax. I want to see what he's like with open here. He sits into the ground. And then give him his rein. He says, I don't know how to walk without you. Good. Yeah, all the way to the buckle, if you can. Good. That there is good for him also. So just have weight on his back and him walking on the buckle, stretching down, relaxing. You don't do enough of that in the side. Trail riding is really good.
Well, now his eye's fixed. Hopefully he can get back out on the trails.
Yeah. Yeah, now that the footing is getting decent.
Well, he got laser surgery like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
He had a big cyst bubble in his eye.
ow. Yeah, I think you were telling me about that. Yeah. There, now do you feel the back starting to swing a little bit more? And then you want that same type of walk with the bridle. And you just gently take one rein and then the other, because that walk is way nicer. And keep that swing in your hips that he had. A little slowly left and right, and left and right. And then slowly picking up your reins. Nice. You kept that nice walk and, oops, we're losing it a little bit, left and right with your hips. Yeah, left knee down, right knee down, left knee down. Letting your knees go down, down, down. That activates his stifle. Very good. And you feel how his rear end is more engaged now? Yeah. And it doesn't hurt to do a lot of free range. You know, and you get double scores on your walk if you ever compete. So it's really good to, you know, do that well. Nice. And then picking him up. And from the walk, can he canter?
Yes, can I?
Well,
He can.
you can look ugly, that's okay. And lifting off into the walk, into the canter from the walk is really good exercise for a horse like him. So just position him for the correct lead, and when you're ready, get your rhythm, and then just think canter. That's okay, it can be ugly. Yeah, and then back to trot. Take your time. onto the walk, bend them to the inside, and just think walk, walk, walk. Thinking more rear to front. He was putting his front brakes on first that time. And we've lost our beautiful walk, so go to the buckle again. That does two things. It makes him responsible for his balance. And it makes him responsible for loosening his legs and everything. Now we're starting to get our legs in the walk. Oh, he's got a rough shoulder side. And then, oops. When you take the reins, he thinks, we get to go. And I correct him on that. Bending him to the inside or doing a small circle. Say, excuse me, when I pick up the reins, we're not taking off. They have the free walk in the lower level cab. And he should be really good at that because he's double full. And also it's telling him of the balance of his life. It's strength and that's with everybody, but especially this one. You know, and being consistent with the transitions, like I'll bend them a little to the inside, and then I'll take on my outside rein. Of course, first do my seat and legs. Like if you halt here, halt your seat and legs, and just lock, yeah. And you could have had a little more right leg. And now practice moving his hips to the left and to the right. Yeah, just halting. And see if you can move his hips without too much rein contact. Now that has to be just automatic. You can use the wall, put his nose on the wall. And
I do these as a figure 8 with him a lot when I ride him. So we'll do up to the wall and then a figure 8 back around and move shoulders and haunches.
Yeah, and just move his hips off the wall.
Do a little figure 8 there.
Wait till he figures it out. Good, and then back onto the wall.
Do a little figure 8 there.
Whoops.
Remember, that's where he slows down. There you go. And really making use of the whole space. He's cutting in.
And wait till you're there. The minute he is weighted in the right direction, that's when you relax. Because the minute you think about your butt going left or right, you should be doing that with his.
I should just shut my mouth. It's not my last name.
Good. And just one step. If you can get one step. And then the other way.
Go all the way around on the ground.
Build it slowly.
All the way on our ring.
Do like that, do I go forward, do I do this, do I do that? He just doesn't understand what you should do. Okay, forward, you can do the same way or a different way. Right to go forward. Your instincts are very good. Your writing is excellent. Think about using the muscles in your body, what you want his body to do. Think about weighting your seat bone. Yeah. then canter, and just take your time. Because this is a skill that he doesn't have. But by doing a back, and then asking the camera out there, then it won't happen the first look at time. It might take a while. But by shifting his weight back, and then he has to over off into it. That is a really good exercise to strengthen the camera. Very nice. And then back to the wall for trot. Very good. And he got all this convoluted, so just go a step slower. Good. And then, yeah, getting him to walk freely, push him forward, left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg, and yet not drop. Good, good. And another hand part, whenever you're ready. Yeah, and back to trot. Take full speed with trot. I'm in the canter, if you can. Whoops. Boy, she's got a good seat. Yeah, bring them right back over here. You did a beautiful job there. He wanted to get a rise out of you, and you just like, whatever.
Yeah,
You know.
only one of us can be dramatic.
Yeah. And do this again. And just put your mind where you want him to go. Make it clear. We don't dare quit this because he was being an ass. And just think left, we're going left, we're going left, we're going left. And you can canter whenever you're ready. And we can go left and it can be calm. Very good. And then bend them to the left and bring them down to the trot when you can. Just hold in front of his left shoulder and then gently bring them down, bring them down, bring them down, bring them down. And bring them down. Tap up to the outside rein, outside rein, outside rein. Yeah! Tell him what a good boy he was. You can feel that magnet trying to get him to go in the opposite direction when you cross that line. Yeah, well, if he's ignoring moving over, why don't you stop him and move him over? Like if you tell him to move over and he's ignoring you, just stop him. Like here. And now move him over. Good, and then let him go. Because the horses, and then hold him. You can just stand here and relax a little bit. Good then. Relax your arms, now relax. And you can give him a rein. And have him just stop and relax. Boom. When he goes forward and just ignores your leg, you have to stop him and make a deal out of that. canter, and then we hang out.
Yeah.
There you go, left leg pushes
Kind of
in.
hang out, look around. And
Okay, we're already going to do about a power and ask for a shot. There's going to be hands forward, there's going to be looking where you're going. There's going to be,
sometimes people can from the hangout, I'll organize
don't look at
myself.
me.
Put it together,
Okay,
and
do
I'll
another,
take
do
canter,
another.
and they'll go, what,
Don't let us
and
stop.
then when we get to the next
And then
canter, and then we can
horse.
stop and
Kick
hang
this
out.
horse. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
And that way he's not feeling, he kind of is afraid of the canter, and he's not coordinated with it.
Yeah.
And instead of not doing it, I just do it more.
Same thing.
But I do it in a very relaxed manner, because it's in the time, you don't have to canter long. But that lifting your body into a canter takes a lot of, walking on a loose rein is really good for him. But I would even do leg lifts and stuff. Yeah, like we're walking along, oh, we gotta go over here. And then we're walking along, we gotta go over here. And otherwise, you're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
I would do a lot of just stopping and giving him a break so he can think.
Okay.
Because he gets his undies in a bunch.
Yeah.
And no, we're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
We're gonna change the subject.
Okay.
All right, already start going to your next drop.
I think he tries too hard,
What did you learn last time? You
and he's not sure how to work his body.
It's not a very good walk to start chopping.
And the backing and going forward from the back, I do a lot of back, step, trot,
Okay.
and back, step, trot. And that gets the thighs developed. He's not developed through here. Probably because he had time off and had some bad times.
He's in a little private turnout now too because of his hind shoes.
Oh, well, that's probably pretty good for a bit. You know, that he gets a private turnout because he won't need to worry about social structure. But you're doing just a really good job with him.
Thank you.
So,
Will all the transitions and the backing and going kind of help with his boredom?
well, he won't be bored. The main thing is he doesn't listen. He needs, and a lot of turn on the forehand, one step at a time. You know, sometimes I ask this step, sometimes this step, sometimes this step and this step and this step, until he just automatically is part of you, where he's thinking of what are we doing rather than,
What could I be doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
and the more transitions you do, the more you develop the body, because you don't get that repeated exercise so
Yeah. What's the balance between when he gets head high and running fussy, taking the walk and letting him have his rein and kind of relax like that for a minute versus not ignoring the problem and letting him pause working? Because I don't want to overwhelm his brain and get into a fight, and I don't want him to get into the habit of he gets to not stop working, but he gets to relax and have a moment every time he says that he's not going to do it.
I do it erratically.
Okay.
You know, I do. Sometimes we're going to work through this. Sometimes we're just going to loosen things up.
Okay.
You can't do anything too consistently because he's too smart.
He'll anticipate, and then
Yeah,
that's another problem.
yeah. And so doing it different, and if he thinks left, we go right, and if he thinks right, we go left.
Okay.
And if he's thinking transitions, that's good because he has to stay in balance to do them. And it's giving him the responsibility to stay in balance. Like if you ask for a canter from here, he's gonna just go, what?
Yeah.
And let him get through that. Because I expect my horse, he's an older horse, and I expect him, if I put like I'm standing around and we're like this, and if I put my position left, I expect him to lift off into a left lead. And he doesn't physically know how to do that.
Yeah.
And I let him struggle.
Okay.
And I just
I'll
go,
figure it out.
yeah, I do position left, and then I close my legs for a left lead, canter, And then they go, and then they get into it, and I say, well, thank you, that was so nice, let's try that again. And pretty soon they go, oh, she did position left. And they'll even try, and we don't canter until I say, canter. And then I'll do, like position right from a standstill. And then I'll say canter. And they, it's just terrible. And I just hold that until canter time. And the minute they get into the canter, I say, well, thank you, that's all I wanted. And then stop. So eventually, because he's a mature horse, I like to give him the responsibility of doing any gait from any time. And the backup to going forward is really good because they have to bring their body up in a collected moment. And it looked really good a few times when you did.
Yeah, I think I need to do more with that with him. Like, I've not been asking him to back. Why?
Yeah. It's a therapeutic exercise. And the fact that when they back, they're trotting, if they're doing it correctly. And then going forward from that, you get that lift in their body, and every time he does it, it's exercising the correct muscles. The back to canter is a real good exercise, but it's going to be a while before he can pull that one off.
Yeah.
But just be patient, and I just always ask him. I tell him what position we're going to be in.
Get after him. Yeah, sorry. Hands forward, fluff, kick.
And just lift them off into it, and that way, instead of avoiding it, I like to do it enough times that he can get it done with some finesse.
Hands forward.
And just say, thank you for that canter, it was really crappy, we're gonna have to work that one again. And if I do 2 or 3, pretty soon they go, oh, I know what we're gonna do, and then they anticipate, and then I don't do it.
Yeah.
Because,
That makes sense.
yeah, but I want him, just anticipating is using the right muscles to do it. Does that make sense to you?
What about the fact that he gets nervous and tense right at B, walking along this rail, and wants to spin out? And
I just ignore it and maybe go around B. Maybe do a turn there or do something else.
Okay.
And
what?
or I could just stand there and look at whatever it is that's bothering him until he doesn't want to stand anymore, and then we'll do it longer.
Yeah.
And just like, oh, we're not going to do anything here.
That's what, before his eye got drained, because he had like kind of the shadows moving, he developed the habit of spinning in this corner and a lot of resistance going into it. So we would do halt walk down the rail so that he's not just like,
Yeah, it gives him
pushing
something
through me,
else to do. Yeah.
listening to me.
That might
making
be a
my
good
seat.
time to do a backup. That might be a good time to do a circle. I love little bitty tiny circles. Not a volte, but a little turn on the forehand, turn on the haunches.
Okay.
Little things like that. Anything to distract him from what he's thinking he should do. And a lot of we're just going to hang out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I work him right through it too. Like I'll once he gets good at moving away from your leg, I will leg yield a little bit at the canter, which really sometimes throws them off because they think they should change leads. But I'll be like I'm pretty good on here, and then I'll just leg yield over the wall and then go straight, and that is really good for him to balance. But I think really you're doing a beautiful job with him. You're on the right track. He looks a little unfit,
Yeah.
but he'll get back there. Thousands of transitions until he understands you.
How about ground pulls, lunging over ground pulls?
That's always good. And I put them out erratically.
So do I.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so that they have to think and adjust their feet to the ground pole. We had an event team, and we had like 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds and stuff, and I taught the kid I couldn't teach the kids as much, so I'd have to taught the horses how to adapt. And they won everything. At all the events around, they got first, second, third, and fourth. Because we just put random poles everywhere and walk trot and canter among them.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget to.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
You did a good job.
I got the two you over there. Yay! I really miss you over there.
I know,
We
Echo.
need
Yes.
petals from everybody here, huh?
I have a warm spot in my heart for Morgans.
Really?
Yeah, I really like them. Yeah,
Yeah, she's.
all purpose. Yeah. Yeah, you thoroughbreds are okay too. but
You're such a good girl.
I had a friend that had a Morgan thoroughbred cross that was to die for. It's like a small warm blood. And
Nice.
yeah.
Someday I will do it.